What happens after the slopes close? For most people, après-ski means a beer in a wooden lodge, maybe a plate of fries, maybe some live music in a crowded bar. But for the ultra-wealthy, après-ski is an entirely different world. Think caviar stations at altitude. Think snowmobile rides to mountaintop supper clubs. Think private DJs flown in from Ibiza for parties no one posts online. Because when billionaires ski, the real fun begins after the last lift. This is Après-ski of the rich, a world where exclusivity, indulgence, and excess hit peak elevation. Let's get something straight. This isn't about mulled wine and wool socks. For the rich, Après-ski isn't a break from skiing. It's the main event. It's about seeing and being seen by the right people, in the right places, with the right wardrobe, drink, and guest list. At high-end resorts, Après-ski can cost more than the skiing itself. Because while anyone can rent skis, only a few can get past the velvet rope at the exclusive mountain chalets, members-only clubs, and fireside champagne rooms that appear when the sun starts to set. In the French Alps, one name reigns supreme: Courchevel 1850. Here, fur coats outnumber ski jackets, bottles of Dom Perignon flow like spring water, and Chanel ski gear is more common than rental boots. Even the kids on the slopes wear Moncler snowsuits that cost more than a family's entire vacation. Après-ski begins around 3 p.m., when skiers head to La Folie Douce, a slopeside cabaret meets dance club where DJs play EDM sets to dancers on tables wearing ski boots and glitter. Veuve Clicquot is poured from Jeroboams, while confetti rains down under the alpine sun. But that's just the pre-party. From there, the rich head to Le Cap Horn for seafood towers and magnums of rosé, before retreating to private chalets equipped with heated indoor pools, massage therapists, private chefs preparing foie gras, and, in many cases, staffed nightclubs inside the chalet itself. There are even chalets with underground tunnels connecting them to nearby luxury hotels, so the owners never have to walk outside. By the time the rest of the world is watching Netflix, Courchevel's elite are already dancing under chandeliers at L'Aventure, flanked by oligarchs, celebrities, and fashion royalty. You might catch a tech CEO on the dance floor beside a Formula One driver. The air smells like truffle oil and Chanel No. 5. In Switzerland, there's St. Moritz, the birthplace of alpine glamour. This is where Après-ski becomes theater, where fur-lined coats and gold watches clink against crystal flutes in historic hotels like Badret's Palace, where the guest list might include billionaires, oil heirs, and even royalty. St. Moritz is home to snow polo on frozen lakes, gourmet fondue served in vintage rail cars, rooftop cigar lounges with views of the Engadine Valley, and late-night soirees inside members-only clubs like Dracula Club, founded by the heir to the Gunter Sachs fortune. You don't ski here to ski, you ski here to belong. The slopes are merely a preamble. The real currency is your ability to hold a Negroni and a conversation about private equity while snow falls outside your penthouse. Even the coffee tables are adorned with limited edition art books and 3D printed sculptures from Base Hill. Cross the Atlantic, and you'll find Aspen, America's version of alpine excess. Here, Après-ski comes with designer cowboy boots and tequila cocktails with Himalayan salt rims. It starts at Ajax Tavern, at the base of Aspen Mountain, where après hours feel more like Coachella with fur coats. The crowd is tan, toned, and already planning their next trip to St. Bart's. But that's just the welcome mat. The real elite head to the Little Nell, a 5-star hotel where private wine tastings are curated by in-house sommeliers. And après-ski includes truffle fries, caviar, and bottles of Krug popped on heated patios. You'll hear whispered conversations about art auctions and hedge fund performance, while servers glide past with foie gras sliders. And for those who want privacy, they retreat to billionaire-owned chalets in Starwood or Red Mountain, where après-ski might include a 12-person hot tub, a private chef serving elk tartare, a home cinema showing Sundance premieres, and maybe even a live acoustic set from a recording artist, flown in just for the weekend. In Aspen, money doesn't just talk. It snowboards in Chanel and hosts fondue tastings on helicopter-accessed peaks. Luxury brands even launch exclusive Aspen-only capsule collections, so that no two ski suits look the same on the slopes. Why stop at bars when you can have a mountain to yourself? Enter Après, where private helicopters ferry small groups to remote lodges for sunset cocktails, starlit dinners, and music under the northern lights. In British Columbia, private lodges like Bighorn Revelstoke offer heli-skiing by day and cigar pairings with 30-year-old scotch by night. In Iceland, you can land on a volcanic ridge, sip champagne beside a natural hot spring, and fly back to your lodge before dessert is served. These exclusive moments are often documented only on private WhatsApp groups, never on Instagram. The logistics are ridiculous, the price tags are wild. But for the rich, it's not about extravagance, it's about privacy. Because when you have the money, you don't want to stand in line at the bar. You want your own bar, on your own mountain. Après-ski for the wealthy is also a fashion and status competition. Forget fleece. This is a head-to-toe designer runway. Common brands seen in Apres lounges: Moncler Grenoble, Bogner, Fendi Ski, Prada, Dior, and Louis Vuitton. Custom ski editions, Hermes scarves tied like sashes, Cartier watches peeking from under leather gloves, balaclavas that cost $600, jewelry stays on. Makeup is done before the slope, and while ski boots are functional, some bring a second pair just for the Apres scene. As for drinks, it's not just champagne, though that flows by the case. Popular options include hot toddies with Japanese whiskey, espresso martinis with gold-dusted beans, molecular cocktails that change color and flavor, or $10,000 rare vintages from a sommelier's private cellar. One resort in Gstaad offers a wine tasting at 10,000 feet, with bottles flown in from the French Laundry's private collection. The goal? To never look like you're trying, while very obviously trying. Just as with yachts and private jets, the ultra-rich have members-only Après spaces. These clubs often hide inside 5-star hotels or exclusive resorts. You won't find them online. You won't even find a sign on the door. You get in by owning a luxury chalet within the development, holding legacy membership passed down generations, or getting invited by someone already inside. One such example is the Yellowstone Club in Montana, a private ski resort with its own Apres lounges, restaurants, and wine cellars, accessible only to members like Bill Gates and Mark Zuckerberg. Security is tight, and drones are banned. What happens there stays there. Another is Les Airels, Courchevel, where Après-ski includes live string quartets and private ice bars carved by artists flown in from Finland. Even the hot cocoa comes with gold flake. Here, the champagne is never generic, the guest list is never public, and the exclusivity, priceless. There's an entire industry built around the après-ski habits of the ultra-rich. Luxury brands time product launches to coincide with ski season. Champagne houses host alpine pop-ups and tasting chalets. Even luxury concierge services offer après-ski experiences, like personalized fireworks, shows in mountain valleys, snowcat dinners lit entirely by candlelight, or snowball fights with hot cocoa bars and heated butler tents. And for the richest of the rich, there's no upper limit. If you want to transform a frozen lake into a private concert venue, someone will do it, for a price. There are even companies that build temporary glass chalets just for a week-long event, dismantled afterward like nothing ever happened. Because when skiing is just the excuse, the real business is Après. More and more, billionaires are skipping the slopes altogether. Instead, they fly into ski towns just for the Après culture, without ever clicking into bindings. For them, Après-ski is a lifestyle, not an activity. It's a curated blend of wellness spas with alpine views, fireside piano sets in private lodges, snowy shopping trips to Hermes and Audemars Piguet, and ski-in, spa-out days, with no intention of breaking a sweat. Some even treat the whole season like a movable feast, hopping between Aspen, Verbier, Gstaad, and Courchevel by private jet. Their kids go to international ski academies. Their nannies rotate by week. Their social calendars are synchronized with high-end brand launches. They're not here for powder. They're here for power moves disguised as leisure. To the ultra-wealthy, skiing is just the gateway. Après-ski? That's the performance. It's where deals are made, friendships are deepened, and exclusivity is cultivated. It's where you sip champagne with CEOs in chalet hot tub, bond with investors beside fire pits, or quietly cement your place in a world few people even know exists. So while the slopes may be open to all, the real resort begins when the lifts stop spinning. And in the world of the rich, that's when the mountain truly comes alive. Which après-ski town would you visit if money were no object? Let us know in the comments. And if you love peeking into the luxury rituals of the world's elite, from yachts to chalets to champagne at 10,000 feet, hit subscribe and turn on notifications, because the richest adventures don't always start on a runway. Sometimes they start after the last run of the day.